Now the next day, and both the boys are here. They're watching Jack. It looks just like you guys, sweeties. Just like you guys. Except he goes out, which is, that's but he's an indoor and outdoor both, and he likes treats a lot. So he's eating the treats, and they're watching him. They're like, who's that? We've seen him before, but he's right on our porch. Daddy's giving him treats. It's kind of, so don't they look like triplets? Anyway, hi Jack. These are your cousins, Lcee and Finn. So I gave him some treats, of course. Jack, there is some on the chair. He was sitting on the chair. I didn't realize that. Finn was here looking out, and I didn't realize what he was looking at. It was Jack sitting on the chair. So, and I was just sitting here. So now I open the window so they can, get a little smell of him as well, and kind of look at him, he looks just like you guys, except he's got that little white patchy thing. So, had a good night with the kids, and I just want to show, of course, Agita is here. This is her daytime thing on the bed, And so I had a good night with the kids. I have come for lunch, quiche, vegetarian quiche, and cauliflower soup. And I'm just going to go to the Pet Value next door, and then go back and see if I can try to do a bit of non-return writing. Bye for now. Everybody, guess where I am? I'm in a car wash. I just got a text from my out-of-province friend who saw my previous video, and as I'd guessed, when she saw me washing the Mini, she thought that was a very good sign of return. That, it's occurring sooner than usual on returns. And, but this car's outside, and I had points, and it's too big, and it's kind of cold. So I'm just doing the lazy way, and this car wash is like a block from my house. So and now I've got to go to Home Depot to get stuff for the cat doors for tomorrow. My handyman's coming. He came today and he looked at it. I'm going to get some little strips of plastic, and then cut them to strips, and he'll make a hole in the door, and then we'll do that. So most of the funeral family is here. We've got Peanut, we get Jill, being very bold, and I just saw Bcee was on that shed over there, on the roof of the neighbor shed, and my contractor friend is here, and we are just about to make a cat door in here. So in this bottom panel, he's going to cut that panel, and I went yesterday to the place. Home Depot didn't have the stuff, but I got the stuff from another place, like a fabric place, and I get this stuff. Door, we got a cat door. It's plastic. Now we're gonna get them to learn how to use it. Well, there's the cat door. I've just taped it up rather than use the Velcro. I don't want to kind of, it's adhesive strip on the back on that door thing, so we don't want to put too much strain on it right away. So I just taped it up. He gave me some tape, and I just taped it up, and that should be, the biggest one of all is Bcee, and should fit, because this is made sure that it was a bigger opening than on those. Measured it with the flaps from those, and if they can get into there, they can go through that. But it's going to be, as my friend said, out of province friend said, it's a little bit of a learning curve. But they know what's in here. They know the heated things, and they know the treats, and they don't come for the treats until evening, until night. I put the treats after supper. And I put treats in the morning, and the morning ones don't get eaten all day. They don't use this thing until it gets night. So in the day, they're under the deck. So at night, when after they've eaten, and when they want the heated thing, and they want the treats in there, they'll have to figure it out. Maybe the first night. Just while that was going on for the ferals out there, the whole family, inside family, is here on the bed. So I've put some treats in there. I've taped that up so the door is open. Let them figure out the plastic bit first. Later, let them figure out that there is an opening there first. And so I put treats, and I've shut this door for now. They never go in here in the day anyway. There are treats in the shelters as well, but they usually don't eat those shelter treats in the day. It's only at night. So let's just see. I'm going to feed them outside as usual. I'm going to leave it like this. I may prop that open a little bit. I don't want them to feel complete. I don't see why they can't get through this. Even the big one, I think it's plenty big enough for figure it out. But this is the one who is probably we'll check it out first. You can see they're checking out the door, and I put some treats on the outside. There are also some treats on the inside. So let's see if Peanut actually figures out what that thing is for. And she does. Just jump, sweetie. Yeah, do that. Correct. This one is eating the treats on the outside. They're supposed to lead you there, but you're supposed to go in. But they know now what it's for. They know. I don't think I need to keep the other. Yes, this one's going in too. It's Jill. Go in, Jill. Go in, Jill. Go in. The water at the back is turned off. I'm using the one here in the garage, which was all the boxes and things, but I can kind of crawl under here, and I got the hose, the small hose. It just makes it to the door. So I put fresh water and stuff here using this. So it works, but I've turned it off. There are heaters in here, so I might have to turn them on. But my contractor was saying this should be okay. I mean, it's not as cold here as it is out in the back. You know, those windows are shut, so it shouldn't freeze. But anyway, I'll keep an eye. You know, and so that makes it easier for giving. And they've realized something is shifting. There, you know. Yeah, I'm gonna feed you guys here, sweeties, and I put a bit more treats. Why don't you go into the shed? A little bit later in the day, and I'm resting inside with the three kids, with the inside family. So you get Lcee there, we get Finn there, we get Agita there, and everybody was just resting and relaxing. You know, so there is the flap outside, and I saw the two of them, Jill and Peanut, using the flap again because I put more treats in there. Well, not really the flap because I've taped up the flap, you know, just the opening. Good morning, everybody. There's the babies there. There's a kid there. Now they're running into here because they get fascinated. I actually turned on the bathtub just to get a little water on my feet because sweetheart, you don't need to jump in there. And I was just like a little bit of water. I just need to wash my feet because I stepped in something wet next to the other litter box. And if it was, vomit, then it's Agita. She's the puker in the house. And if it was overspray, which it could very well be because it was near the was right there. If it was overspray pee, then it was one of the boys. So, I had to turn on and I stepped in, and I was like, ooh, you know. So then, rather than go take an actual shower, I just washed my feet in this thingy, and they got all fascinated. They're like, oh, this thing, you know, it's not just a thing for us to jump into. Something happens in there. It's like, you know. So the news is there was a bit of snow last night. Not much. I mean, you know, half an inch, and it's fading, you know. But everything got a little bit, you know. And I did close the flap on that door last night. And I'm glad I did because, you know, it did snow and I didn't want the snow going in because I had to leave the front door propped open anyway. They're not using that thing yet. So I had to leave the front door propped open. But I did check, you know, before I went to bed and before I came to this room, and Peanut was in one of the shelters, and I turned it on earlier because it was very cold last night. It was like so I turned it, so she was using it. I don't know about the others. If they use it, they run out before as soon as I open the door coming from the garage anyway. And I think I saw one running, Jill. Now, whether Bcee uses it or not, she can get in. I don't think she's going to use that flap because she thinks it's, she thinks she might get stuck because she's big. So she goes in there. Now, whether she's able to fit in the shelters, I don't know. I really hope so because, you know, they're warm and, you know, it gets very cold. So that was all of that. We got a little squirrel running around there, you know. So that was the excitement last night. You know, I checked and I quickly came in because I don't want to disturb them, you know, at night. night I just leave the ferals alone in the shelter. If I go out and I go to check or whatever, then the other two go running. So I did a little bit of reading. I was rereading some Robertson Davies, which I haven't written in a long time, you know. Hello, everybody. Black Friday shopping. So I bought a cat condo at Pet Value, 30% off. I bought some cat food there. I mean, you know, buy 4, get 1 free, get 3. It's a normal thing, but I had to stock up anyway. And then I came to Best Buy, and I was thinking, if they're having big sales, I might as well get one for the bedroom, even though I hardly watch TV, but I might as well get one for the bedroom. And this one was on a sale. They gave me $30 because the other one I bought is cheaper today than it was when I bought it a couple of weeks ago. So they gave me $30 off on that. I had the receipt. So this was, you know, it was an okay deal, but slightly smaller than there was another brand that like 42 inches at the same price, but this is supposed to be better quality. And I know the remote control and everything, and the setting up the Friday special of falafel and rice here at Tahini's in this the same plaza. I buy all of the stuff. Now I may quickly check at Walmart and then head back, drop some of the stuff, the TV and the cat condo, and then go to Canadian Tire to buy heaters and stuff like that. Bye for now. Came home to drop off the new cat condo. It's a little bit smaller than the previous one, but they're playing with it. I don't know if they're going to fit comfortably in the top thing, but you know, it kind of makes a 2-tier thingy there. And I guess it's just like, I'm not concerned, I'm not interested. I've got my own bed. My baby brothers could do whatever they want. I'm not in the least interested. That's Agita. A little later in the day, and I got back, I unpacked the car. I bought a little bit more stuff from PV Mart and Canadian Tire and stuff like that. So Agita's there, and both the babies are here. Wasn't much of Canadian Tire for the Black Friday, you know. But I ended up buying another heater for this room. Occasional use for the catio because it's not heated. It's not really very heavy duty, but I got one from PV Mart and I got one from kind of a retro style one from Canadian Tire. And I got the small ones because then they can fit on that little ledge thing there, or you know, and they don't look too bad. And I won't use it much, just occasionally when it's really cold, but we want to come out for a minute or two, we can do it. So I got those, and then I did get that TV, which I haven't unpacked. I got that second cat condo, and I got a whole bunch of cat food. I mean, it was pretty much the regular price. I mean, you know, sale that you usually get anyway, so a lot of cat food there, you know. And I got some for the ferals as well. And, you know, I got some little things from PV Mart, like, you know, like work gloves, you know, like heavy duty, warm. So if I'm shoveling the driveway and stuff like that, or, you know, outside doing stuff. So I got all of that, and I got a snow shovel and things like that, you know. So nothing on a huge, except for the, you know, the TV, yeah, a little bit of a reduction. A little bit lower than what I paid before. It's a slightly smaller screen. So, yeah, okay. I mean, there's something to do with a distraction. It's better than spending money on other things, you know. So, well, I guess, who is this? Are you Lcee or Finn? I think this is Finn. I guess Finn approves of the new cat condo. It's a little smaller than the other one, but it's new. So this one must be Lcee in the corner. Agita there. And, you know, I'm just going to eat, work on journal entries, and, you know, I don't think I'm going to set up the new TV yet. Here, everybody's nicely settled. I may watch TV in the living room, or I may watch it on my phone. I'll set up the TV tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. See if I can find something to put it on. Anyway. Everybody, I'm here at a sort of an almost country diner place owned by my neighbor's friends. And it's a really, really good breakfast, and I'm having this vegetable skillet with the poached eggs and Tabasco and everything. It's very, very good. I just bought another item of furniture for the bedroom from a store down the road here, and it's going to arrive on Monday, and then I have to go pick it up. but and I'm going to put the TV on that. So, and it's perfect. It was on a big sale, huge reduction. So I'm like, okay, the first item of human furniture I'm buying for the house. Bye for now. And then as near this place, I said, why don't I come and have breakfast? Bye for now. Okay, went and exchanged that one for a square one, which is bigger, more expensive, but it's okay, just paid the difference. And this one, they might actually go inside the bottom tier because it's not as enclosed. It's got that kind of square opening. So far, they seem to, and also they might fit better in this because it's, it's got that kind of lowered lip at the front. So, hope you like it, kids, and hope you use it. Then maybe you could spend more time in there and not want to, play with your sister on the bed, So I hope it works, So we got two thingies there, Now, I'm going to feed the kids. After the earlier, taping at the restaurant, did I tape? I don't even know if I taped at the restaurant. But I did buy another. I'm on a shopping spree. And as I told my neighbors in the text, better addiction to shopping than other things. Let's say for, So, and then you have something to show for it, So the cat condos and I bought a piece of furniture, real bargain, real, one third, 1/4 the price. And it's going to arrive on Monday, and it's going to go there, and then I'll put the TV on it. And it was, it was about the same price as buying a TV stand. Well, a little bit more, but not much. So, and then I get not only a TV stand, but I also get a chest of drawers, which I need. I haven't got anywhere to put my drawers for my clothes, just the little, night table drawers there, but nothing for clothes. So, so that was an event, excitement, and then eating out the place owned by my neighbor's friends, and then back home with the kids. And I took that thing to exchange it because they were not using the top thing. They just barely fit in this. That was a smaller diameter. So ended up debating. They had another round one, but it was also a smaller diameter. So decided. It's later in the evening. I fed the ferals, and I saw Peanut. I saw Bcee briefly. They're eating on the deck, even though it's really, really cold there. But what I've done is I have turned on the heated shelter thingies, So hopefully they start using them earlier in the evening. So we've got one of the babies. I think that's Lcee, seeing the new cat condo, the square one. And we've got the other baby, and I think this is Finn, using that one, using the under the bed, even though there's a perfectly nice thing that, he could use that. But no, of course he has to use that. And I was talking about cat logic with the ferals, cat logic with the inside kids too. And there's Agita. So all of us are here. There was a night market in the town, maybe half an hour from here, and they have stalls and they have food trucks and stuff. And it's supposed to be quite an event around here. And they have like, Christmas theme, and they have stalls you can buy stuff, and I don't know, local produce and things. I don't know if it's food. And, sounded interesting, but way too cold. And everybody's nicely settled here. I do not have the energy to go out, so I'm just going to be an indoor cat. It's been a while since Agita's climbed onto my chest, but everybody is here nicely settled in the bedroom. We've got, I think that's Lcee there, the new cat condo. Agita here, and we've got Finn under the bed. Of course, when I tape, she's going to get up. Everybody, I'm here having Sunday brunch. I came here once before, a couple of months ago. It's a nice place. It's in a retro suites hotel, redone as an old building, but it's quite nicely done, and nice brunch, Eggs Benedict with spinach and tomato. I just got back. I've got to unload I've got a couple of big boxes for above the desk and chair from Canadian Tire. So I'm going to see if I can manage by myself, and I'll have to ask my my neighbor for help just unloading it and getting it into that room. And I come here and look, everybody's in the bed. Brothers with appropriate social distance to the sister, So anyway, this is as family togetherness time as the kids get. Okay, I bought the desk. It's in this big box, and young man at Canadian Tire helped me load it. And there's another box with a chair, which I already managed to get in. And this one, I was considering asking my neighbor, sweetheart, you want to help me, but don't come running into here. You know, you two could just give me a hand with this, or Paul, or something. You know. So the young man at Canadian Tire helped me get it into the Pacifica, this in the chair, and then I was going to, ask my neighbor. I see the garage door open. I think he's out in the workshop or something. I don't want to disturb him. I can manage. I just dragged it. It's not all that heavy. It was just awkward. Back on to the back room on my improvised Nutty Professor dolly. I just kind of pulled it like that. I got it unboxed. Looks like the parts of the chair, but now I'm going to have to read the instructions. It's getting dark. Maybe I should go feed the feelings first. Let me look at the instructions and then I'll see, maybe I'll do 1 or 2 screws and then go to feed the feelings and feed the kids and then get back to this. It doesn't look too bad. For me, maybe an hour. Bye for now. That's optimistic. Bye for now. I managed step 1. That was that one. You take that, you put that there, and you put the things, you don't even have to screw them. You just put the little wheelie things on. So that was step 1. Now, step 2, I think I know how it works. I got to figure it out. It says do it the direction of the arrow. So you got to screw this, but that's like, I've got a screwdriver. I actually have a screwdriver somewhere. So, but you know what? It's getting dark. I better go feed the kids. And then this is going to be after feeding the kids. It took well over an hour. I think it's supposed to take like half an hour for him, but it took well over an hour. Just got to step 3 on this, There's a lot more steps. I don't want to know how many there are. There's a lot. But we're up to step 3. So I did that. I got that connected now. Now it gets a little complicated. Now it's like find D and E and G and embrace and holes and oof. What is something assembled? Anyway, it doesn't matter. We're getting there. Step 3. And I put a frozen President's Choice lasagna, and it'll take an hour, but this is going to take an hour at least. Well, I got it done. A couple of these could have been tightened, I think, a little more, but it's not falling down or anything. It's okay. And I get my 2 laptops here, and I get the window, and I've got the seat in the highest position just because I can't see much now, but in the daytime, if I'm writing, I can look out, maybe see the ferals, see what's going on in the backyard. So we'll see. I can adjust it. It's gonna And one of the boys is checking everything out. The other boy is nicely settled. This must be Finn. He's nicely settled on his favorite bed in the window there. And Agita is, of course, settled on her bed. She's not really interested in any of the goings on. So, I got a desk. I got to have a vegetable lasagna. Agita there in the bed. If you got one of the babies, and I think this is Lcee, is checking out the view from the new desk, which I haven't really used yet, but I will make my morning entry in it after I have breakfast, which I'll show in a second. And we've got Finn there, and he likes looking at the, and I've turned on both the new heaters, the space heaters, small ones, and now it's okay, it's comfortable. It's cold without it, but, and at least for us indoor cats, it's cold. And how domestic cat is this? I made my own breakfast. Plant sausage, egg. I had 1 egg left, and plant sausage and stale bread. My toaster, which I bought new, because $15 in the Canadian Tire like a month ago. Used it once. I don't think maybe I used it once. It's not working. But this is what you get for $15. So I might have to buy another $15 one. I can use it more than once. I'll be fairly happy. So that's what's happening. Being a domestic cat, all this shopping. I just had a little bit of excitement. The chest of drawers that I bought, that I'm going to put the TV on, the distressed one, it arrived, and I went to pick it up, and I'm like going to ship it in the Pacifica, and I get there, and they call me, it's arrived. I get there, it's in this freaking box, and it wouldn't fit. And the people there said, we can't take it out of the box because then we're liable, and if we take it out of the box, you have to load it in yourself. We won't touch it. And I go, what if it doesn't fit? We take it out of the box and it doesn't fit. And he goes, the that's your problem. You can't take it back in. So I'm going either my contractor friend or my next door neighbor, who has a very nice truck and is very helpful. Very, very nice people. I totally lucked out on my neighbors. So when he came home, I was in the catio. I'd come back and I saw his truck pull onto the driveway, and I asked him, and he says, "I'll go get it for you now." So I went with him, and and now get here, and he helps me. He's got all the stuff. He had the cart, and we wheel it, and we take it out, and it fits so nicely in his truck. And get it here, take it out of the box. It would have fit easily in the Pacifica, but because of their policy thing, now this is all packing. With pack. So my neighbor helped me, got it all out. We took it into the house, put it into the spot, everything very nicely. So a huge shout out, thanks to my amazing neighbors, very, very helpful. And I don't know what I would have done without them. And it was the right house to buy, and they're wonderful people. And then I put treats for Jack, but Jack didn't come. He'll be back. So he's all of this, just work for a cat. It's like, no, I'll come back to the treats later. And then my kids, Agita didn't even get up off the bed. We're bringing this thing in. She's like going, I'm just not bothered. I'm a princess. The other two went to hide under the bed. The stranger comes. Everybody, there's the new dresser. Very fancy. It's a barn board. It's distressed. My furniture is distressed, but that's just from use and age and mold. But actually, this isn't moldy, but the chest of drawers in the dresser, they did get moldy from storage. So the bed survived in the bedside table. The chest of drawers didn't make it, so I didn't have anywhere to put my clothes. I was just putting them on the floor in the closets, or hanging them. But it's kind of hard to hang t-shirts, So I just started putting some clothes, and of course, one of the kids has climbed up. Just don't knock over the TV. That's all, And my favorite T-shirt of all time, of course, goes in the top drawer. And I started putting some clothes, the few clothes I have here. I'm gonna do laundry tomorrow. Yeah, I got socks and things in there. So it was very expensive to start with, but I got it at a bargain price. So I'm very happy with it, And then thanks to my neighbor, best neighbors in the universe. But my neighbor, came in his pickup truck, and he helped me pick it up because it wouldn't fit in the Pacifica. So it's all set up, So we've got Agita there, and we got the babies there, Now, I'm just going to set up the TV. I know how to do it because it's the same model as the other one, so I got to just follow the instructions. So we've got furniture. We got furniture. That's it. I don't need any more furniture. This is it. Bit of desk, bit of chair. I turn them around. I turn the desk around so that this way I can, if I want to, while I'm writing or thinking or whatever, I can just swivel in my chair, and I'm right next to the window, and I actually saw the frills on the deck while I was doing my morning drill. Morning, everybody. We've got Agita there running about, and we've got both the babies being rambunctious here. You got one of the babies there, and then the other one I think ran out into the catio, and I've got the heaters on. Without the heaters, it's a bit cool. It's about -1, -2. So as I said to a friend in a text, for us indoor cats, -2 is really cold. But, or not -1, I think it is. But for the ferals, -1 is sunbathing weather. And literally, the three of them. I've got the heated shelters on inside, which I think they used at night. I checked, and I saw Peanut was in one of the shelters at night before I went to bed. The other two run out, I think, as soon as I opened the garage door to go check. But Peanut was still sitting, nicely in one of the warm, and I have to keep that door propped open because they're not using the cat door, cat logic. But anyway, look, the feral family sunbathing because it's -1 warm, so crazy people, And look, my new, distressed barn board chest of drawers with the Okay, just going out for some lunch and some shopping. So I got Agita there, and baby's there, and I saw Bcee wandering around outside, and the other two probably under the deck. So a little bit more shopping, but not major shopping today. Hello everybody, I'm here at the Indian place I've been to a couple of times. The food is good. They're 7.5 out of 10. It's barely edible even for me. It's very, very hot. I can't even imagine the 10. But they close from lunch at 1:30, and it's like 1:30 now. So I said, look, give me the lunch. I'll eat a little bit here, what I can for lunch, and then whatever's left, I got a naan as well. So it's a vegetarian, vindaloo. They're spicy. Let's go back from more shopping. I mean, little stuff, a little bit of groceries, bought a desk lamp and stuff like that. So, and some stuff from Giant Tiger. So we've got both the boys, they come in, both the boys sitting very nicely in the bed. And I put on the clean sheets, and now I have to put on the eiderdown. And Agita's there. I actually bought some more sheets. I'm using the same sheets, slightly mismatched. So I bought some more sheets from Giant Tiger. So, but I got the clean ones on today. For the next one, I'm going to try the new ones. Morning, everybody. Boys are looking out the window. I don't think it's that any cats or anything. It's because that the bush was kind of with the wind. It was hitting the window. It's not now, but I guess they found something to look at. I'm not sure what, but and on the proceeding of the one thing, I guess it's there. It's about 7 o'clock, 7:30 in the morning. We had a good night. And hopefully we're also nicely settled in there, hopefully. Hello everybody, we have some excitement here because the boys are watching birdies. It's the first time I've actually seen birds on this little tree, bush, whatever the thing is. It's got fewer leaves now, and the first time birds have come on it, maybe second time. I think yesterday they were fascinated with this window, and I couldn't figure out why. I thought maybe it was snow or something. Birds, and this was I was anticipating that the boys would watch birds on the window and all that. It took like 3 months before they noticed them, before the birds came this close. So, but we got boys are bird watching from the cat condo, and we've got Agita sitting here. I opened the door to the dining room a while ago. Yesterday, I fed kids, fed Furals, and I saw Peanut again, and Jill and Bcee, all three of them. And Peanut actually went into this shed right after I put out food, and I turned on plugged in the heating pads in the little shelters, and came inside, watched some streaming on this TV, on the other TV, kind of move from this room to that room because I got TVs in both rooms, and spent time with the kids. And at night I checked, and Peanut was in the shelter, and I made sure that the doors were propped open because the night before the wind had blown the door open and it was flapping, that front one. See, I got the rocks and the bricks there. So and I had like 2 rocks, and that has been working, 1 brick and 1 rock, and that's been working for like, a while, because I don't want to use the new shelter, the new thing, that, cat door that my handyman friend put in a couple of weeks ago. So I'm still propping open the doors. And then at about 5:30, I got up and I saw, and I looked out, and it looked like the from what I could see, it was starting to get light. I looked out and I saw that the door was wide open again, or at least, So I got up and I put on my coat and I went out, and I put like 2 extra bricks that, took them from there. You can see the thing is still shaking a bit, because of the strong wind. So we have to get a cat door for that. I have to talk to my handyman friend. But I looked in. I didn't see Jill or Bcee, but I did see Peanut in one of the shelters. And maybe the noise of the doors, door kind of, flapping between the space of the. So I've got a brick on that side, and I had two bricks, a brick and a stone on this side, and the door was kind of flapping between the two or just open. And I guess the noise doesn't bother her as much because she's deaf. Everybody is a little bit later, and we've got Agita there. There was a little bit of drama because she was under the bed, and one of the babies went under the bed and got too close, and there was hissing, snarling from Agita. But she seems to be allowing this social distance. So I had to give Agita a little timeout in this room. I just shut the door, and the baby just sat outside the door until I opened it. So we've got quite a family here. So, and as soon as I open the door, he climbs up on the bed, and 2.5 feet she seems to allow. So I think that under the bed he must have gone within the 2 feet and then got, attacked. So, well, not attacked, but hissed and snarled, and she makes a lot of noise. So we get Agita there, one of the babies there, and we got the other baby here. So this is Finn. Finn is the one who loves to sit on that perch and look out the window, and Lcee is the one who wants to keep trying to get closer to his sister, So, and it was cool in here, but I have the heaters on, the space heaters I got on Black Friday sale. It's quite comfortable. So, just want to quickly synopsize the last 10 or so days, and I think I'm going to edit and post today. I haven't in, 1.5 weeks, almost 2 weeks, not quite. So, just been very busy with ordinary world stuff, what I call, as opposed to the underworld slithering, partying stuff. So the ordinary world stuff with, shopping. As I said to my neighbor, shopping is also a form of, addiction. But I don't think I'm quite there yet. I haven't bought anything for a couple of days, so that's a good sign. And everything I bought was useful and needed, like the heaters and the dressing table and the desk and stuff like that. So everything was useful. It's a better use of money than other stuff, as I said to my neighbor. So, but I don't think the shopping is really an addiction for me. But once I start, I just go, what's this, and then it kept me really, really busy. So that was sort of good, So, but I got stuff. So I got I can use this room now, and when I edit the next podcast in a little while, I'll sit here and do it rather than on the living room chair or on the dining room table. So this is all nicely set up, and I got one laptop for podcasts and one laptop for writing, and we've got this, which is very, very useful. I don't have to keep piling up my clothes on the floor anymore. There's still a couple from before, but I've got a very nice dresser. I got a TV that I can watch in bed, which is a good rechanneling. I don't watch it much. That's the whole thing. I hardly watch TV, but I have the option, and it's a good rechanneling when the pulls are really strong. So, and there's a couple of good things coming up, like 100 Years of Solitude, series based on the novel by Garcia Marquez, Gabriel Garcia Marquez, which I've read a couple of times, but I haven't read in some years. So, everything, so since the last podcast, I've been busy with, looking after the kids, looking after the ferals. And we did get that, the cat door, my contractor friend came and made it. They don't want to use it, I think it may be a little small, particularly for the big cat, for Bcees, So I kept it open without the flap a day, and they, the other two tried it out, but didn't really want to use it. So I ended up going back to what they know, propping open the door, but that hasn't worked well because it's got really windy. So at night, I had a brick and a stone there, and there was so much wind that the door pushed the blockages away, and then it was flapping, and the cats wouldn't use it. The last night, I think Peanut stayed in the shelter, and it's possibly because she's deaf, so she didn't hear the door. And as soon as I got up at like 5 o'clock just to check, and I said, the thing's wide open again. So I had to go out, and I put like 4, all the bricks and stones I could find. It seems to be holding. So little things like that. And it's been very, very cold. I'm glad to see the Peanut has been using the shelter, quite a bit, So in spite of, issues like banging doors, stuff like that. So I'm going to have to get my friend to come and make a door in there, a bigger one. But try to use maybe the felt material, just leave it open for a while and then put the felt, figure it out. And I'm thinking maybe I'll try to do something temporary myself today, like with styrofoam or something, just to prevent some of the air going in because the door's like half open. We'll figure that out. And if not, I mean, the shelters are heated, that one's flapping, so maybe I should like block that because it's just not using it, at least temporarily, just with styrofoam or something. I got a lot of styrofoam from all the unpacking stuff. So that's what's been happening. Ordinary world stuff. Ordinary as in, every day, not slithery. But looking after the kids, and also the ferals. And to a certain degree myself, I have started cooking a little bit at home, just, heating up stuff and, having breakfast at home, like eggs and plant sausage and toast and stuff like that, and eating in the catio. And so kind of just settling in and, rechanneling. Not that there hasn't been pulse. There has been a little bit, but handleable, and everything else was a really good rechanneling. And I do have to a shout out to my neighbors, my excellent neighbors, and particularly the husband, a couple of days ago, who helped me bring in this thing. Actually, pick it up. Helped me pick this thing up because it wouldn't fit in the Pacifica, and helped me bring it all the way back here. So that was very, very helpful. So thanks to my neighbors. And that's what's happening. So made it. What are we? Almost 3 weeks. I mean, not quite. I mean, on the weekend it'll be 3 weeks. So we're approaching 2 days. It'll be 3 weeks. 3 days. So almost 3 weeks clear. Lots of distraction, rechanneling, with shopping, buying the other TV. I mean, I don't watch a lot of TV, but it does help a little bit. I've got another option there that, when I get everybody into the back section at night, I can just shut this door, and just watch a little bit of TV and then go to bed and then keep an eye out, make sure I get up and check on the ferals, And I saw Peanut. I didn't see the other two in there, so I think they run out as soon as it's very cold. So the sooner that this covering for this area arrives, the better, I think it's going to be another week or two at least, So, and then, the usual dynamics with the kids, So, and I'm kind of looking forward to. I did a little bit, just my journal entries. I'm doing it here, It's more comfortable, and, I can swivel around and look at the backyard and all the leaves piled up in my backyard if I want, And, and the other big milestone is that the boys discovered birdwatching today after 3 months of being in the house. And that was one of the criteria when my cat cat rescuer friends were helping me find a house by looking at ads online. And they're like, oh, that's got good bird watching windows. It's got this, it's got that. And this one, of course, had a catio. But they haven't actually seen birds yet. But yesterday and today was the first time there were birds so close on this tree. And maybe it's because there's no leaves now. Maybe it's because it's, cold and they get a little warmth from here. I have no idea. But the birds are using this, which they didn't before. And they're very close. And both of them, they said, and they're fascinated. They're really fascinated. So one of my cat rescuer friends calls that cat TV. Bird watching through windows, So they've discovered I got a TV, which I hardly watch. They got a TV, cat TV, So that's what's happening on the whole. So far so good. I mean, and as someone said, the last binge, the local binge, the binge here. It was more of and I like this, and I'm borrowing this phrase from this person who said this, that it was more of a blip than a spiral. My binges in the city, they tended to be spirals. They go down, and keep going. And this one, it was more of a blip, and it didn't quite turn into a spiral because you don't have the opportunity here, which is a very, very good thing. And then I rechanneled. shopping, and I got the study, a very nice study, and I got a little lamp here. It's like you got it from Walmart, It's got a little lamp, and and the rocking chair was left by the former resident. That's not my thing, but she left it, and so I'm using it. So, and we've got a litter box in there, we've got a playpen in there, and my office, And then we've got our room where we spend, I think, most of our time, And Agita is allowing, without hysterics, allowing a brother on the bed. So that's progress. So, that's pretty positive, family together this time. And the other one, Finn just loves looking up the window, either from the living room or from the catio. So, and the catio is usable even when it's cold. Thanks. I'm going to have to look into trying to get some kind of heaters in the shed for the ferals. The only thing is that the shed is plastic and it's outside and it's damp and it's wet and they, there's a danger of fire and electrical stuff and so on. So whereas those cat shelters, they're made for feral cats and they're very low wattage heating pads, so those should be okay. And at least Peanut is using them, and that's the one I want to use them because she's the oldest and she's got she's got health issues. She had stopped sneezing, but she started again, so I might have to get more meds for her. So we'll do all of that. So that's what's happening. I haven't posted in 10 days, so I'll edit. Just bits and pieces. Nutty Professor, kids, ferals. So in, adjusting to small town life for, a Nutty Professor and the kids. So from the 7 of us, I guess, from Agita there, from Lcee here, from Finn here, and from the 3 ferals who are probably not in the shed right now. They usually don't use it in the day. So they're probably somewhere under the shed, somewhere under this deck, and they have a little hole by the tree which they get into, and then they go that way. I think, I don't know. I have no idea what it's like down there because humans can't fit there, and I guess that's why they like it. So from the 3 ferals as well, Peanut, Bcee, and I end up just calling her Bessie these days, and Jill. So from and myself, of course, nuttiest, craziest, still most fucked up professor to ever walk the face of the earth, So from the 7 of us, from my 3 inside kids, Agita, Lcee, and Finn, and the 3 outside feral cat kids were somewhere underneath that deck somewhere, and myself, craziest, nuttiest, most fucked up professor ever walked the face of the earth. From the 7 of us, bye for now. See you next podcast. It's now a little while later, and Agita and Lcee are still settled very comfortable on the bed. Finn is here. He was in the study with me while I was writing, and then I got a phone call. So I was just working on my journal entries there on the laptop, and and I got a phone call from a local florist saying that there was a flower delivery for me, and I'm kind of baffled. And I said, "Are you sure? The right name and the right address?" And I'm like, he said we were going to drop it by, and I said, "Sure." And I'm like, who the heck would be sending me flowers? I really, it just completely, totally, baffles me. So they've arrived. So I was sitting on the catio, and I'm going to open them. So let's see who it's from. I have really no clue. Actually, I had one guess, and I didn't really want to say it because just in case it was wrong. And I think I wrote it in my journal entry when I was writing, who could it be? And sometimes my cousin, the lawyer, sends flowers on birthdays and things, That was more to my mother, not so much to me, but she could because I'm out of town. But it's not my birthday. There's no reason for flowers, so it's not very likely to be my cousin. So then I thought for a second, of my realtor, because I think she may have done this once before when I bought a property, and they send you, I think it was like a flowers in a gift last time, like a little, I think it was a mug or something. There was something. It was like, thanks for, or not thanks. It was not even thanks. It was just like, congratulations on your new home. And very, very nice gesture. Well, I do happen to have the best realtor in the universe. Actually, a really, really good realtor in Niagara as well. So one of the two best realtors in the entire universe. I just happen to have, who did an incredible amount of work for me, in finding this place and advice before. For years, she's been giving me advice, when I was having issues with the previous house and to sell, not to sell, get it finished, not finished, all of that stuff. And she gave me a lot of advice. So she's an amazing realtor. And thank you very much to her. So look at that. And one of the boys is investigating it. So now the question is, where do I put it? I mean, it's not too cold in here, I think, and I got the heaters, and it looks nice in here. But I might actually keep it on the desk while I'm editing my podcast.